We've been talking a lot on Unscripted over the last couple of episodes about games that I picked up when I bought my PlayStation 2 in late January of 2001. The last time we were together, I opened up NHL 2001 on camera. This has Owen Nolan on the front cover. After playing games like NHL 98, 99, 2000, the list goes on, it was really neat to play this game and have the frame rate double, to have more commentary, to have better presentation, and it felt like the hockey game that I really wanted. Granted, as the years went by, this game would be surpassed by others, and I'll cover that in future episodes, but this one stands out to me as one of the more important games, and it's why I bought it when I got my PS2. There's another sports game that I want to share with you that I have sealed, or at least kind of sealed, and that is Madden NFL 2001 for the PS2 from EA Sports. That's Eddie George on the cover. Sorry about the glare from my laptop screen. Madden games were staples for me. Every year I would get a Madden game. I didn't get the games for the Genesis initially. My first Madden game was John Madden Football for the Super Nintendo in 1991. But from there, once I got my Genesis a year or two later, then I wound up moving over in the Genesis direction. And as I've collected sports games over the years, adding to the Madden library and trying to get that as complete as possible has been something that I've been doing. So it's nice to actually have this where I can take the plastic wrap off of it. On the back of the game, we do have some screenshots, and there are also some choice descriptions. Compete in the only game that matters. I don't know how I feel about that, especially since NFL 2K was still pretty prominent at this time. Real NFL player models, that's true. Real NFL emotion, some of the facial models were kind of creepy looking, just being honest. Real NFL moves, that's fair. Real NFL coaches, this is one of the few games that actually has Bill Belichick patrolling the sidelines. You don't get him in later installments, as Bill kind of removed himself from that. But having Bill Belichick in the game is definitely one of those it's in the game moments, which is pretty cool. Old school teams and players, you get over 200 of the NFL's greatest players in old school teams with throwback uniforms. That's definitely a plus. And you also get Madden cards here. Now, Madden cards are pretty interesting. You can pull off certain tasks during games and earn points that you can trade in to open up Madden cards. Now, these are a bit different from Madden Ultimate Team cards, as there was no real fantasy involved. Having these cards, you would unlock certain cheats during a game, or you would power up players during a game, and I always thought that was pretty interesting. So, just a note about this game before I open it up. This game does not have the security tag on the top, which means this has probably been resealed. It probably might have been returned by a customer and then repackaged. But we'll take a look at it and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I'll be able to get this packaging off before too long. It's just the plastic wrap this time. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this open. And again, as I've been trying to do in the videos, I'm trying to show you guys the actual unwrapping process instead of doing it off camera. And of course, this is taking a lot longer than I anticipated. I really need to get scissors or something for these particular cases. There we go. So we'll go ahead and we'll struggle with it. There we go. And I know the glare from my screen is not helping. There we go. You can actually hear the wrapping come off. Throw that away. Yeah, it's definitely been repackaged. So here's the front, here's the back. We open this up, and on the inside here, this isn't even the right case. This has definitely been repackaged. And as a matter of fact, if I take a look at the disc, yeah, I don't know, but you can open the case and you can definitely tell from the smell that it's been repackaged. But on the inside, we have Madden 2001. We have the manual over here on the left, and we have the disc over here on the right. Again, just like NHL 2001, it emulates what you see on the front cover. When we take a look at the manual, we'll go ahead and we'll put the game off to the side. You do get an EA Sports PS2 product catalog. We'll get to that in a second. Just like the NHL 2001 manual, everything here is black and white. There's not really a lot remarkable here, except talking about the different modes of play and the play controls. But this was really easy to pick up and play. There's an ad for NASCAR 2001 on the back as well. Plus, just like NHL 2001, you get yourself a registration card, as is the case with most of these games during the time. What might be more interesting here, and something I didn't see in NHL 2001, is this PS2 product catalog from EA Games and EA Sports. When we open this up, the first thing that we notice is we actually see the SSX ad, a game that I do have, but I don't have it sealed. It was one of the games that I bought at launch for it. Madden is here, of course, but I already have that. We have NBA Live and NHL 2001. We have Knockout Kings 2001 and FIFA 2001. So EA was committed to bring their entire 2001 sports year over to the PS2 pretty much right out of the gate. NASCAR 2001 and F1 Championship Season 2000. So we're sticking with the regular year there. There's also a Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2001 title. Plus, The World Is Not Enough. Did that even come out? I'll have to look. Theme Park Roller Coaster, which I know is definitely a thing because I have it in my library. And X Squad is here. And last but not least, Kessen is here. So those are the games in the library. Kessen was published by EA, even though Koei is the actual publisher. So looks like it was a partnership kind of deal. Madden 2001 to me stands out just, like I said, because of the frame rate improvement. It was such a big deal. Some of the replay angles where the camera would zoom in to the laces and the texture of the ball and then kind of zoom out as a player would catch it, I thought that was really, really cool. A bunch of the stats that the game tracks are tight. The game performs like a champ. And having John Madden and Pat Summerall doing the commentary and providing more commentary because they could, it sounded great, it looked great. The player facial models were a little bit sketchy, but you know, what can you do? I also had some issue with the back of the uniforms and the fonts that they would use for the player names. It was a very plain font, whereas in the NFL 2K games, it was closer to what it should be. But that's more of a nitpick than anything else. And thus started Madden on the PS2. We went on to 2002, 2003 before things really changed. As a matter of fact, Madden 2002 remained a blue-backed CD-ROM. It wasn't, I believe, until Madden 2003 where we actually moved from CD to DVD-ROM. So that's pretty interesting as well. So one thing that or one argument that there's always going to be is NFL 2K versus Madden. What's going to be better? And at this time, for Madden 2001, the two titles were still separate from each other. NFL 2K was a Dreamcast game. Madden was a PS2 game. I gotta be honest, and I still have to say that I prefer NFL 2K just a little bit more, even during this time. And despite the fact that Madden really blew me away, NFL 2K I thought was just a little bit more realistic. The commentary flowed, I thought, a little bit better. The presentation was pretty good despite being rather plain, and there was just a ton to do in NFL 2K. But as we all know, after Dreamcast died its early death, NFL 2K would actually arrive on the PS2 not too long after. And I will be doing some Unsealed videos on the 2K series, although NFL 2K2 is not one of the ones that I will have. So that's it for this episode of Unscripted. I do have a couple of more episodes in the works for this coming week, including a transition from some of the games that I got at launch to looking at some of the ESPN games, and I'm looking forward to sharing those with you as we move on. As always, comments are definitely appreciated. Let me know what you think of these videos, or especially your particular memories with each game that I'm covering. Did you own these games? Did you like these games? Did you buy these games? And would you play them today, especially if you have a PlayStation or a PS2? I'd really like to hear from you. Thanks as always for taking the time to check out my work. I really do appreciate it. Until the next time, see ya.